guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ari Exotic, and today I will be showing you guys a quick Valentine's Day makeup look. And on my eyebrows, I am using NYX Tame and Frame eyebrow pomade in the shade Espresso. After filling in my eyebrows, I then go in with a foundation shade for the top outer lining of my brows to go ahead and shape and define the brow. And then underneath, I go in using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I go ahead and clean it up underneath the brow. And then after that, I just blend them both into my brows using a sponge. After completing my brows, I then go in with the Hard Candy Blur Primer all over my face before I begin my foundation process. I like this concealer. You can find it at Walmart for very cheap, around $2 to $3, and I just spread that over my face before applying foundation. And here I'm just going back over my brows, perfecting. I am a perfectionist when it comes to my brows, so I make sure that they are looking neat and even in the way that I like them. After perfecting my brows, I then go in with the P. Louise base for my eyeshadow primer. I put this on my lids. It's very thick and it's a very thick consistency. I found this on Instagram. You guys can find them as well at P. Louise Makeup Academy, I think. And this helps bring out the vibrancy of your pigment shadows. So I just place this all over my lids and blend them out with a sponge so that it's all evenly spread on my lid before I go in with an eyeshadow. After applying my base, I then go in with the Zulu Palette by Juvia's Place. I love this palette. I love Juvia's Place in general. I also found them on Instagram. I then use the orange shade and place that color right above the lid, close to the brow bone area, and just blend that out on both sides. After going in with the orange shade, I then go back into my Zulu palette using the pink shade, and I then blend those out on the outer creases of my lids, and just do the same thing and repeat the steps. Sometimes I go back in between the orange and the pink shade and just blend those together so that it doesn't lose its color and vibrancy. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, so after I'm done with the Zulu palette, I go in with the Morphe by James Charles palette, and I am using the purple/reddish shade, and I'm putting that color on the outer wings of my lids and blending that out on both sides of my eyes. After you see me blending out these colors, here in a second I'm going to show you what it should look like after you've been blending in all three colors from the Zulu palette and the James Charles palette. Just going to show you a quick look on where you should be next. So after you have everything blended, as you can see, I'm going back into the James Charles palette, and I will be dipping into that pretty sparkly purple color and placing that in the center of my eyelids, and you will see that in just a second. So after I place this beautiful pigment in the center of my lids, I will then be going in with the crayon case loose pigment shadow called Peach Me I'm Dreaming. It was not focusing on the camera, so I'm just telling you guys now. I love the crayon case. Shout out to Supa. I've been following her since Vine, always been a fan of hers, always supporting Black businesses. But yeah, I gave up after trying to show you guys and it wasn't focusing, but it's by the crayon case. This was in one of her very beginning product drops. I haven't seen this lately. I tried searching it up, and she might still have it on her website, but these are the loose pigment, and I love this pigment. Like, look at that pigment. Beautiful. And this is what I'm going to be making my wing liner out of. So I take the NYX Pigment Shadow Primer, and I mix that with the P. Louise base. As you can see, I'm showing you guys now the NYX, and I'm going to mix those two together to make the liner. This is important because this is the base that I use before I use the Peach Me. And here you will see me outlining the shape of my liner and where I want it to go when I place that pink or that peach pigment shadow on this base. So this is what I'm doing, is just making a liner out of this. So after you've successfully, I cannot talk today, and evenly made your wing liner, I go back in with the pigment, and this is when I start placing, just mainly dapping into the lid of this pigment because it's so pigmented that I'm using the lid before I even go into the actual pigment shadow. And then I'm just tapping that onto the base of my lashes and applying that along the wing. So after you've done your wing and applied the pigment, I go back in with just a makeup wipe and just clean up the excess fallout or anything that's been a mistake. This is a good tip to also perfect your wing liner. If your liner is a bit unclean and kind of fat looking or whatever, I just go back in and wipe everything up. After I went back in just trying to blend out the extra shadows, I then take a mascara that I got from the beauty supply called Big Lash Volume, and I just apply that to the base of my lashes. I always do this before I add any strip lashes. It helps me to blend the real lash and the fake lash together. This is just something that I do, but it seems to work out, so this is what I'm doing. I apply just the mascara mainly to the top lashes first. You'll see me applying them to the bottom lashes too, but I normally wait for the bottom lashes until I've done applying my setting powder, because I see that sometimes like you add your setting powder and then the setting powder will kind of get on top of the under lash. So sometimes I wait, sometimes I don't, but here I'm just adding mascara to both top and bottom lashes. So here I am showing you the kind of beauty supply lashes that I got from my local beauty supply, Jenny's Beauty. It's called I Envy. I love this brand. I actually just started using these. I Envy Mink and Luxury number 6. I love these lashes. These are one of my favorites right now. And as you can see, I just had to find that brand to show you guys that that's the lash that I'm using today. And the glue that I'm using for the lashes is Kiss clear adhesive lash glue. I love this glue. It's actually better than the Duo glue I've been using for years. I love Duo, but I recently switched over to Kiss, I think sometime at the end of last year. And I feel like it I love the fact that it dries and it's kind of like tacky, so it sticks better to my lashes. But you know, any lash glue that works for you will work fine. But I just like this Kiss brand. So I'm one of those makeup people who do their makeup with doing their eyeshadow first and then do the face base makeup for my foundation. So after I applied my lashes, I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty foundation. This is also my summer shade. I have yet to go to the store and get my winter shade because this shade is pretty dark right now. So you'll see like a kind of orangish, goldish tint. It won't be exactly my shade as of now, but I need to go to the store ASAP. But yeah, I had, that's all the foundation I had today. So you'll see me using that. And then I am using the Too Faced Hangover RX refresher spray, primer, setting spray, whatever. I spread that onto my beauty blender, and then I blend that in with my foundation. So if it look a little orange, y'all, please. I know. But just ignore that. This is my summer shade, so I need to go get my winter shade today. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way, y'all. So after I blend out my orange foundation on my face, I go back in with the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and I am just highlighting my highlighted areas and blending that out and contouring. So this is the highlight and contour process. I will be doing my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and my cheekbones, and blending that out to get a nice chiseled, y'all know the look, y'all know. After blending out my concealer, I am then going into my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This is my contour palette, and I use the darkest shade on the top right hand corner. And this is what I use to contour my cheekbones, my nose, and my forehead and jawline area. After I go in with that, I go back in and use like a shade that's closer to my skin color to blend out those harsh lines and to kind of really blend out all this contour. After I contour my face, I go in with the Airspun setting powder. You can get this literally anywhere. I was using the Crayon Case foundation powder, but I am all out, so I had to go back to the Airspun. The only thing with the Airspun, it kind of gives me that chalky, ghosty look, and I didn't have no choice. But I normally I like a yellow foundation setting powder because it doesn't look so white and ghostly when you're taking pictures or videos or whatever. But it'll have to do for now for the sake of the video. And I'm just going over the contour lines and kind of blending that out. So after I place my setting powder all over my face, I blend it out using the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit again. And I just find my shade and I blend out all this white chalkiness. And the good thing about having a setting spray like I do, like the Hangover RX by Too Faced, that kind of gets rid of most of the chalkiness. So it doesn't look too bad. And really, I'm probably the only one that will notice it anyways. But now I'm just blending it out with my skin color shade from the contour palette. And I am mixing colors together to get that perfect shade and blending out this white contrast. So after blending out my contour and everything, I am going back in my Zulu palette and picking that pink shade. And I kind of use this as blush. So I apply that to my cheekbones and I blend that out again with the same Anastasia palette. Just to get rid of the redness. I don't like it too red. And then last but not least, I'm just going back in with my Lash mascara from the Beauty Supply again and reapplying the mascara to the bottom lashes. After that, after mascara, I then put on this lip gloss from the Beauty Supply. I forget the name of it, but it's just clear Beauty Supply gloss. And then I top it off with the Revlon glitter gloss as well and mix those two together to give it like a cute little shine. After applying my lip gloss, I then spray my face down again with the Too Faced Hangover RX spray, and I top the highlighter with the Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife, and this is the end look. How do you guys like it? If you like it, like, share, and subscribe, and thank you guys for watching.